So for lesson 2, we are going to go through 3 different chapters in the book. Chapter 3 and 4 deal with using lists, and then chapter 5 gets into if statements. And so you're going to read those chapters in the book, and then in the lecture demos are the hands-on exercises that you need to complete for the lab assignment. So if you go into the chapter 3 lecture demo, if you want to try out the sample exercises that are in the book, here's the zip file. Okay. There is lecture information in a single video. It's right here, so you can actually kind of read and listen. And then I've got all of that lecture information written in here as well. So we go through talking about what lists are, how to access data, and then the hands-on are going to give you practice creating your own lists. Okay, so here is a video that kind of walks you through how to do this. And here's some sample output. And then we get into basically maintaining your lists, changing, adding, removing elements. And then you'll notice that we have a hands-on that gives you practice doing that. Okay, and then we get into organizing, which is basically sorting. And then we have a hands-on. Okay, so as you go through here, you will complete all of the hands-on exercises. And then at the bottom is where we're going to upload the chapter 3 folder to GitHub. So there is the video, because I don't really expect you guys to remember all those procedures, and kind of a summary of what you should have in your chapter 3 folder, and then kind of the verbal or written directions on how to get that thing uploaded. Okay, and as far as how you turn that in, again, you're going to have to go to GitHub. You're going to want to make sure that the folder is in your GitHub directory, and you're going to click on that folder to make sure that it contains files. Okay, because if it, sometimes people they think that they have everything uploaded, but they don't check the folder, and the folder contains nothing. So I want you guys to always click on the folder to open it to make sure that the files are there. Okay, and then you can copy the link and go into the Dropbox and paste the link there. So you're going to end up with a link to your chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5 exercises. Okay, so a single Dropbox you're going to end up going into multiple times. Chapter 4 gives you a little bit more work with lists. And then chapter 5 gets into if statements. So if you come into chapter 5, you'll see that we get into conditional operators, because they are used with if statements. And I don't think you're going to find anything real different about if statements in Python, except they don't use parentheses, okay, and they end in a colon. Also, the spacing. Python is super picky about indentation and spacing. So they have to be indented the exact same, not just in the if else statement, but all your first level indentation has to be the same. So that is one thing that Python is super picky about. So as you come through here, you'll see that the indentation is kind of critical for your program to run without errors. Okay, this else if is a very popular way of doing a nested if. And when we get into the practice section, you'll get practice doing all sorts of if and if else statements. Okay, so that is the final part of the assignment. So 3 different chapters. And it looks like there's quite a few programs, but they're all really short. So these are like short little programs that you're going to be turning in. As far as additional resources go, I did include a link to a list of different methods that you can use with the list data type. Since we are working with that data type this week. And we do go through some of these methods, like you're going to learn how to use list.pop, list.remove, but this is just all of them. Okay, so just another way of looking at and learning the material. If you run into any problems in lesson 2, let me know because I am certainly here to help you. Have a great week. And again, if there are problems, feel free to stop into live stream office hours or send me an email and I can meet you at a time that works for both of us.